Subscribe to the YouTube channel so then that way you have additional access. So if something happens and you miss a live stream, or you come in the middle and you want to know what you've missed, or you got to leave early but you really wish you could hear the rest, head over to YouTube, catch the replay. And you may find other replays from previous events that we're going to go ahead and get started, you guys. Great new day to everyone. Welcome back to my self-care family, and hello to our new self-care friends. I'm Shantae, for those of you who don't know. I'm better known as LifeCoach614 here on social media, and I am the owner and the creator of the Self-Care Club, LLC. I'm excited to have each and every one of you here today to join us on this journey of self-care and well-being. Before we get started with our content today, I do just want to go over a few boundaries and basics for the room. Because here we believe that it takes a village, I do have admins and moderators on both sides of the chat to help us maintain a peaceful environment. This chat is a safe space for sharing, caring, and embracing our unique self-care journey. You can help us today by engaging in the conversation, tapping the screen, sharing the live, and of course, remember to gift with purpose. All of your gifts and your membership contributions during our live streams go directly to the Self-Care Club LLC, creating a ripple effect for positive change in the community. Your generosity fuels our mission, and it's why we're able to do what we do each day. If anyone is seeking any additional information about the Self-Care Club, if you want to tap into our free resources, or if you're ready to book your one-on-one life coaching session with me, I encourage you to visit theselfcareclub.org for more details. Again, selfcareclub.org. Now, if you guys could put some green hearts in the chat to let me know that you are ready to contribute positively to this space, and that you're ready for our conversation. That way we know who's here, who's ready. If you don't know, green is the color that is symbolic of minority mental health awareness. For that reason, it's one of my favorite colors. Favorite colors. When you think about the color green, it brings you like a sense of calm, balance, and harmony. And that's because, when we see green, it's always associated with nature. And when we think about nature, you can't help but to think about growth and renewal, right? When the seasons change, you notice how different things change. So right now we're shifting from, winter to spring. And so all of a sudden the grass is growing again. We've got the trees starting to bloom. We've got plants starting to grow, things like that. So when we think about the color green, it's actually perfect when we talk about our self-care, because every single thing that we're doing as far as our self-care is allowing us to grow through the things that we're going through. So I absolutely love the color green when it comes to self-care and, just growth. And for those of you who don't know, April is Stress Awareness Month. So all month long, we've been having conversations to encourage people to reflect on their own stress levels and to identify the stress within their lives. I've encouraged you all to take proactive steps to manage your stress in healthy ways. This month, we've utilized it as an opportunity just to have conversations, promoting self-care, and empowering one another to take control of your stress levels for overall better health. So keeping, with the topic of what we are, discussing, which is stress awareness, today's topic is claim your crown. Claim your crown, and it's about becoming the hero of your own story. A lot of the stress and the mess that we deal with each day is because we forget who we are. And so because we've forgotten who we are now tolerating situations that we shouldn't even be a part of. We are entertaining people that don't deserve to be entertained within our lives. And if we take a step back and remind ourselves who we are, then it would allow us to move a little bit differently and navigate life just a little bit differently, and hopefully with a little less stress. So today we're diving headfirst into a conversation about taking ownership over our lives, We're going to wave goodbye to stress like it was yesterday's news. You know how y'all turn the news on and something is trending and now you're sick of it because over and over again you keep hearing about the same story over and over and over again. The crime has been solved, the mystery, has been revealed, but people are still just talking about it. And you're like, that was yesterday, right? So we are going to get rid of stress like it was yesterday. And so, as we're on this journey, as they say, buckle up, y'all, safety first. We're going to go on this little bit of a roller coaster as far as taking our ownership back. So instead of me doing all of our affirmations at the end, in between, I'm going to sprinkle in some affirmations. And when I do, I just want you guys to repeat those affirmations back in the chat, because we are going to set our intentions and we're going to manifest this life where we know who we are, where we are more empowered, and we are going to, like I said, just wave goodbye to yesterday's news. Yesterday is done. There's nothing we can do about the past. It happened, right? So we're going to keep moving forward, our eyes on the road, and go to where we want to go. I listened to a motivational speech this morning before coming to you guys, and it was talking about how for those who read the word in the Bible, that we read it but we fail to understand that the word is telling us to act. And so you always hear people say faith without work is dead. We can't talk about it anymore. We have to put forth some sort of effort. We can't say I want a more peaceful life. We can't say I want a healthier life. We can't say we want all of these things if we're not willing to put forth the effort, right? We've got to get up and we got to do something, because nothing changes if nothing changes. So to get started today, what I want you guys to do is to claim something. So I want you guys to repeat after me by typing this in the chat. I am the master of my destiny. Just type it in the chat for me. I am the master of my destiny. I am the master of my destiny. I am the master of my destiny. And so imagine this. You're not just a player in the game of life. You're a master strategist. You're the hero of your own story. You're the architect of your destiny. So there's no more sitting around on the sidelines waiting for life to happen, right? We shouldn't be sitting and watching our life unfold. We should be a part of it. We should be a part of what's happening in our life, right? So in that aspect, we're not going to sit and, we're not going to just sit back and watch what's happening. We need to be able to grab life by the reins and ride it. Ride the wave, right? Because, there's a lot of opportunity out there. There's a lot out there for us. But if we're just sitting back and waiting, I talked to you guys about sitting in a room, right? Because we all get comfortable. Hey, Paula, welcome in, love. So we all get comfortable, right? And so we're sitting in a room, and this room is filled with doors, and each door represents another blessing that the universe has in store for us. But we're comfortable on this couch because this room is peaceful and it looks nice, and I'm chill here. Like I got everything that I could want sitting here in this room. Hey, Abby. And so I've now gotten comfortable. So I know that each door in front of me represents another blessing and another opportunity. I'm just comfortable and I don't want to get up and get it. So then when somebody calls me and they're like, what you doing? And I'm like, girl, I'm just sitting here chilling. So then I get to complaining because nothing's changing in my life. Even though I got a good life, right? But nothing's changing. And I feel like I want something else. So at that point, I got to say, you know what? Nothing changes if nothing changes. So if I just keep sitting here in this space and I won't get up and just open one of these doors to get to the next level, to get to the next blessing, what can I expect to happen in life? Nothing. Because faith without work is dead, right? So I've got to get up and I've got to be an active participant in my life. It's my life. And I'm writing the story of my life. So instead of sitting here and being comfortable, even though everything here is amazing, but there's more. There's more in store for me. I know for a fact that, I didn't survive all that I survived just to be here. I know that there is more because my life is not ending. I woke up this morning, so I have another opportunity to go out there and live my life. And I get to live my life on my terms because the universe blessed us with that free will. Otherwise, we'd all be like mechanical robots out here with a program to go do what we need to do. But we're not. So again, we have to understand that we are the master of our own destiny, and that we've got to stop being comfortable where we are, and we've got to want more. And in addition to wanting more, we got to be willing to go get more. Great new day, Mir. Welcome back. So again, we can't just, sit back and watch. We've got to get up. We've got to get moving. So our next affirmation that I want you guys to say, to type in the chat, is I am unstoppable. Can you guys type that in the chat for me? I am unstoppable. I am unstoppable. Now listen, I know you guys might be thinking that, isn't life like a never-ending roller coaster, right? Every single day we have ups, we have downs, we have highs, we have lows, right? But, I want you guys to understand that you're not just along for the ride on this roller coaster. Like, we put our seatbelt on because safety first, right? So we got to buckle up. But you're the one who's in control of the twists and the turns and the loop-de-loos, right? We're not on this journey in life because somebody else is taking us there. Like, it's on us. So we decide. And, if you happen to be in a situation in your life, if you're in a current season that is causing you stress and mess, right? You decide, do I keep showing up with these same people who are hurting me, mistreating me, neglecting me? You get to decide, do I keep associating with these people who are serving me toxic energy? It's on you to decide who you allow. Like, I'm very intentional on who gets to experience me. I wake up every day, like I explained to you guys, a lot of people wake up every day to get their cup of coffee and they're like, don't talk to me until I have my coffee. Rich Risings Goddess. And so I wake up every day and determine how big my cup is. What capacity do I have to deal with other people's mess? And I'm going to tell y'all, that cup right there is small. Now, mine ain't as small as some people's, but I definitely have boundaries on how much mess I'm willing to allow other people to serve me. And that also means based upon what I watch on TV, what I listen to, who I hang around, right? Because time is valuable. So I don't have time to waste listening to everybody else gossip and everybody else airing their dirty laundry. I got laundry of my own to do. I don't have the time for it, right? What up, True Truth? Welcome in, love. And so we've got to understand that, we ourselves, like we say, like we are the storm, right? Which means we're a force to be reckoned with. We're unstoppable. And so we've got to value our time and begin to eliminate these things that are bringing us headache and these things that are causing us heartache. So we've got to be more mindful, like I said, of who we allow to experience who we are. Because there are some people, hey Code Mom, there are some people who will just drain your energy. Okay? They are energy vampires. And if given the opportunity, they are going to drain you dry. I'm talking about past any dehydration. There will be no IV to fix it. They are going to drain you if you let them. So again, you've got to be willing to set your boundaries to say, you know what, this is what I'll tolerate. This is what I won't tolerate. This is what I'm willing to do. This is what I'm not willing to do. And you got to be clear with your terms and you got to be consistent with it, guys. So, again, as you're thinking of your life as a roller coaster, yeah, you're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have the loop-de-loos, whatever. But you get to decide how long you're on that particular ride. And if that ride is too bumpy, too rocky, it's making you nauseous, you're not feeling good, why keep getting on that ride? Right? It's no different than when we go to an amusement park. And for those of you who are thrill seekers, you know, you get on these rides. But if you get one that makes you sick, or if you get on a ride and it keeps breaking down, you're not going to keep doing it, right? You're going to learn the lesson and you're going to say, you know what? I don't like this one. This one doesn't feel good. This one's not secure. So just like when we go to the amusement park and we figure out what level of thrill we're willing to tolerate, y'all, I don't do the rides, because I've determined that that's not a energy or a thrill that I seek in life. I applaud those who do, but it's just like, for me, I need to be in control of my life. And if I get on somebody else's roller coaster, it's somebody else in control of my life. And at that point, it is a machine in control of my life. Like, if I don't have no steering wheel, and if I can't see the conductor of this train or the pilot who's flying me, because I need to have faith in this person, right? I need to have faith in this person's ability. You want me to have faith on a machine that y'all just built. Especially y'all, the ones that pop up here. You know, you go to the grocery store and all of a sudden there's this little amusement park that they done put together. Yeah, no. You're right, True Truth. So True Truth said, exactly, that's why I don't get drunk. So that's another thing. You know, I may indulge in alcohol from time to time, but I can't get drunk. I don't like that feeling. Like, there's a certain level of high that I'm comfortable with, and anything above that, I am like, woe is me. Why am I doing this? Listen, you know, anytime you get drunk, anytime somebody about to throw up when things ain't right, the first thing we do is like, Lord God, please, if you just get me through this, if you just get me through this, Jesus, I'm gonna never drink again, right? Cause you know, when you are hugging that toilet, you are like, Jesus, if you could just get me through this, I'm gonna be okay. And so at that point, y'all, I was true to my word, because that feeling took its toll on me mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. My negligence, my irresponsibility could have caused me to take somebody else's life. Me going out and trying to be grown with my friends and getting drunk and stuff like that, that could have caused me to make it where somebody else didn't come home. And I wouldn't have remembered it. So at that point, that was the moment in my life where I was like, listen, I don't do this anymore. I'm not drinking like this. I had to learn my limits very early. And anytime I push myself across that limit, y'all, I feel it, and I feel it bad. And I'm always reminded back to that time when I was 18 or 19. You know what I'm saying? It's like my little angel be tapping me on the shoulder like, so you remember what happened? You remember what happened back in 1998? You want to do this again? Right? Because you did make a promise. So I have to, you know, wise up and be like, nah, I don't want no smoke. We good over here, right? So I had to take control of that. And at that time, I had to let my friends know, and everybody's laughing and clowning. But I'm like, you know what? I could have sat back there and still been negligent, just like they were doing. But I had to wise up, because I was like, this ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this lifestyle that y'all eating, y'all out here drinking and smoking and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, this ain't for me. Like, technically, we ain't even old enough to do this yet. What up, Jordan Blue? Honey Butter, I see you. I am. I hope you're having a safe and productive day too, beautiful. Having an amazing day on purpose, filled with purpose. So, I mean, again, I got a little off topic because we started talking about the drinking or whatever. But it's all still on the same, you know, the same wavelength, you guys. Basically, if you don't like something that's happening in your life, you have to make the conscious decision to change what's happening in your life. So when we get back to this roller coaster, if you don't like this ride, if you are not comfortable with the highs, knowing that you're going to drop down to these lows and you're going to experience all these loops, don't get on that ride. You've got to say, you know what? Okay, I've had enough. Like, that was fun. Like, I'm moving on, right? I'm going to the next place in my life. You've got to make those decisions because, again, you're in charge. So our next affirmation that I want us to repeat in the chat is I am in control. Can you guys type I am in control? In fact, I want everybody to take a deep breath in through your nose, and we're going to hold it and release it from our mouth. And when we release, we are going to say I am in control. So you guys ready? I want you guys to breathe in, hold it, let it go. I am in control. Let's do it again. Breathe in, hold it, let it go. I am in control. One more time. Breathe in, hold it, let it go. I am in control. Think of your own personal choose your own adventure book. Do you guys remember those books? Like, I'm older, seasoned, right? Do you guys remember the books where you got to choose your own ending? So like you'll start off reading a book and you're in the first chapter and it says, if you want this to happen, go to page this. If you want this to happen, keep reading. So then you choose. And then you get to the end of this chapter and it says, if you want this to happen, go here. If you think this is going to happen, go here. And so every time as you're reading this one book, they still make them. Oh, listen, those books are amazing because you can read them over and over again and change every single thing about it. So anyways, that's the way that our life is, guys. You know, we go through life and we always come to these crossroads. We always have these decisions to make. So do I want to keep on enjoying this, you know, peaceful environment, or do I want to go deal with toxicity? Do I actually want to be healthy, or do I want to just sit here and keep eating the things that are causing me to have high blood pressure and diabetes and this, that, and the other? Right? So it's like every single thing we do in life, we have a choice. And so, you know, when we think about life, it's like our own personal choose your adventure book. But life is way cooler. What would Darla do? Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to look up some because I think that my son would really get into some of these. The day is a series of choices. Yes. Sorry, y'all. So I haven't been telling y'all. So Slim told us that they still make those books. Thank you, Wanda. Slim told us that they still make those choose your adventure books. And she said that she got a choice book for her niece. It's called What Would Darla Do? And she said, and every morning she tells her niece, the day is a series of choices. And Perk over here screaming, I'm in charge. She channeling Nola in her spirit, y'all. It's okay. And thank you, Miss Wanda. I appreciate you. All right. So again, we were talking about how we could think of our life as one of these choose your own ending sort of books. Not endings, adventures, right? Because we don't get to choose our ending. That we already know that the universe already know when our time is up, right? So we don't get to choose our ending, y'all. I don't even want to choose my ending, right? I want to just choose my adventure, right? Thank you, Brooks. I appreciate you. And so, you know, when we think of life as one of these choose your adventure books, you know, we understand that life has a lot more plot twists, and life got a lot more sass than what these books have, right? And so we know that life throws curveballs our way, but we got to understand that what if we weren't dodging the curveballs, right? So when life threw something at us, what if we were catching them? What if we were hitting them at the park, right? So when life gives us lemons, we talk about, well, let's make some lemonade. Don't sit there mad because you just got lemons. Let's make some lemonade. And then if life gives us abundance of lemons, right? All of a sudden, why don't I make the lemonade and I sell it to the people? Right? So then I could buy something more than some lemonade. Thank you, alligator. See you later, alligator. So again, we have to understand that we're in control of things. Just because life throws something our way, it doesn't mean that we have to sit there and suffer with it. We can take it. We can learn the lesson. Just like I said, with every test that we experience, there's a testimony that we have to give. With all of the mess that we have in life, there is a message hidden in there. So we have to choose to turn our pain, all the things that have hurt us, all of, the grief and the stress and the mess that we've gone through. We have to choose to shift that into a lesson, into a message, right? We've got to spend some time turning our pain into power. We can just sit there. Yeah, we're going to spend some time processing it. We're going to spend some time feeling it. But that is just for us to be able to understand the message in it. And every single thing we go through in life, whether it is a breakup in a relationship, a shift in a job, loss of friends, loss of family, and that could be due to just, the friend relationship ending, or it could be something surrounding death, right? Because all of these things are a part of life. Thank you, Slim. Have an amazing day on purpose, with purpose, love. Welcome in, Jericho, Prince. Thank you for the screen taps. Or no, thank you for feet and Mike Jones, Brooks. I appreciate you. Hey, Queen B, welcome in. I said Queen B. It's Queen P. I do know my alphabet. I got you. My bad. But yeah, so we have to be able to understand that we're in control, which means we have the power, which means we get to choose. All right? So that's why we say I am in control and I'm in charge, because I get to decide what happens next. I can't control what the universe puts in front of me, but I can control what I do with what the universe puts in front of me. So when people serve me mess and when people serve me toxic energy, I can choose to serve it right back. Or I can choose to remove myself from the situation. I can choose to advocate for myself and say, not today, devil. Right? Not today, sinner. Not today, tomorrow either. My cup, I don't have it to do. I don't have the capacity for your mess today. I don't have the capacity for your stress today. More importantly, I could, but I won't. I don't desire it. I don't like it. No, thank you. Right? Not available. Out of order. So, we have to be in charge and we have to be in control of our lives and how we choose to navigate through life. Our next affirmation that we're going to step into, that I want you guys to repeat after me, is I am resilient. Can you type that in the chat for me? I am resilient. I am resilient. So now I'm going to give y'all the secret sauce to this. It all starts with believing in yourself. Picture yourself as a superhero with a cape, and this cape is made up of confidence. Because I believe in myself, and I believe in my capabilities, and I believe in my potential, right? So I'm a superhero, and I got a confidence cape on my back, and because I'm confident, I can make it. And you know what? I might fall down because I'm new to this. This situation that I'm entering, I'm new to this. So if I fall down, I know I'm confident enough to be able to get back up. And I'm confident in the fact that if I attempt something and I'm doing it and things don't work out, listen, I did it. And I'm confident in my work. I'm confident in my ability, right? And so now I've got this cape on my back and I'm soaring through the sky. And this is a sky of possibility. Right? So you know how they say the sky's the limit? There is no limit. There's more than that. So when we look up at the sky, we've got to see possibility. We've got to see potential. So when you believe in yourself, you're not only walking on sunshine, but you're strutting down the runway like it's a fierce fashion show, right? So when you believe in yourself and you have confidence in yourself, and when you're resilient, now all of a sudden, you're the star. You're the star of every single story that you experience in life. And you don't have to tell people. At the end of the day, when you walk in and you show up, you've got this glow. Right? Sometimes people come in and they'll compliment me or they'll say something about me. And in my head, I'm like, I know, but thank you. Because see, I'm not cocky. I'm confident. When we say, I woke up this morning and I liked me. And I woke up this morning and I liked me so much that it didn't matter if anybody else liked me, because I like me. And that's what's important. Because I'm confident. So anybody else's like or anybody else's positive input about me, that's just a bonus. but I like me. I love me. So you've got to be confident. So what I want you guys to do is say it loud and proud, all caps in the chat for me. I am confident. I am confident. Because again, when you believe in yourself, you're not just walking on sunshine. Like it becomes greater than that. Like life is yours. Nah, Perk, you got to say it in all caps. You got to say it loud and proud. I am confident. Like you got to own it. I don't care if you're at work. You could just blurt it out real quick. I am confident. Let your coworkers look at you. Listen, I be a little torrential with it. I am confident. Somebody start talking to me and they start serving me negativity. They start serving me mess. I am confident. People walk in the room. I got trolls walk in the room and want to talk mess about me or, talk about my hair, my weight, how I look, whatever. And I just look at the screen and be like, I am confident. So there's nothing you could say. There's nothing you could do that's going to break me because I woke up this morning and I liked me. Before I pushed the button on these cameras here, I decided I like how I look. So I don't care if nobody else like me. I am confident. I'm going to wear these cartoon glasses. I'm going to let my hair be curly. I'm going to wrap this wrap. I'm going to wear this outfit. Why? I am confident. I'm going to get on here and I'm going to talk my stuff to people. Why? Because I am confident. Because I can. Because I choose to. Right, Countess? So, again, you've got to have this confidence about yourself to know that I am capable. People are going to constantly show up and tell you that's impossible. You shouldn't do that. I don't understand why you're doing that. Well, you don't have to because God said that what's for me is for me. And this right here, what I'm doing is for me. And if you happen to be blessed based upon what I'm doing, well, then that's for you. Because that means it overflowed out my cup. But what's inside the cup is mine. What overflows out the cup, that's for everybody else. So I'm going to wake up every day and I'm going to make sure that my cup stays full because I am confident that if I focus on the good, that the good gets better, right? I am confident that if I walk by faith and not by sight, that I'm going to reach this purpose-filled place that I'm headed. I'm confident enough to understand that if I am obedient to what God tells me to do, that I am going to be blessed, that I am going to be rewarded, right? So I wake up every day with confidence. And you know what? Sometimes I'm low vibrational. But what I always am is confident that this too shall pass. So even when I wake up and I have a not so chipper day, y'all, when I'm vibrating on a little bit of a lower level, it's still cool. For the simple fact that I know that this too shall pass. So whatever season that I've entered, going into April, we were in the retrograde. We had a solar eclipse. Yesterday, we had a very powerful moon. For anybody who's in astrology, you know that yesterday we had a pink moon and it was the 42324, right? And so yesterday was all about shifting. April itself was all about a shift taking place. And when you think of Mercury retrograde, during that period, the planet Mercury appears to rotate backwards. Now, if you're into astrology, you understand that the planet does not actually rotate backwards. But that is what it looks like. So when they think of things being in Mercury retrograde, it means that all of a sudden you're gonna go back and relive something because now instead of us operating clockwise, we're operating counterclockwise. But again, you got to remember that it appears that way. So during this period, we tend to have this disruption, right? We don't understand because, all January, February, and March, I've been doing things a certain way and I've got a system. But now all of a sudden this retrograde takes place and things are all over the place. Like things are out of whack. I don't understand what's going on in my life. And so then you're like, okay, cool. I understand that there's a retrograde and I see that I'm gonna have to do something over again, even though I've done it this way my whole life. But now all of a sudden during this retrograde, during this season in my life, something is shifting, right? So now I've got to understand, I can sit here and keep complaining that even though I've always done it this way, now it's not working. I can sit and I can keep complaining, but why? Because that's me focusing on the problem. I'm not focused on the solution. So I'm now stressed out and I'm dealing with all this mess because I can't get past the problem. So any point that I see that we're experiencing like a Mercury retrograde, when we have these different moons and things like that happen in the universe, I have to understand that, okay, things are going to operate a little bit differently. But the beauty of it is things are still moving. They might suddenly not move in the direction that I want them to, because I'm used to reading the clock clockwise, right? But if the clock moved counterclockwise, does it not still tell me the time? So I can't complain that the clock is moving backwards. All I can do is understand, well, this is what time looks like now. And I keep going with it. Because if I sit in this room staring at the clock moving backwards, but I never move forwards, what am I doing? So you've got to be confident in yourself enough, and you got to believe in yourself enough to understand that when you reach these situations that seem impossible, when we're going through these retrogrades where life seems to be moving backwards and we want to fight to move forward, but then it feels impossible to move forward when everybody's bringing up your past. You're on this journey to be a better person, right? And as you're out here to be a better person, you've got people who say, she used to do this. No, she used to be in the club drinking and twerking. And you're like, no, now I'm trying to be saved. And they're like, girl, you was a hoe. Pardon my French, y'all. But everybody's going to always try to bring up the past. As you try to introduce yourself or reintroduce yourself as this new version of you, everybody's going to be like, wait a minute. The old you was lit. And you like, nah, I'm really lit now, though. And they're like, I'm on fire now, y'all. Like, it don't get any more lit than this. And they're like, well, listen, that's fine. As you reach these new seasons or these roadblocks, you've got to understand that every single time you hit a situation that seems impossible, you've got to be strong enough and confident enough in yourself to understand that you're possible. So when people serve you this impossible energy, this toxic energy, you've got to understand that you're bigger than that. Just like when I told you guys the story of me being on the cruise and the ship going through the storm, you've got to understand that you're bigger than the storm. So for a period when we were going through that physical storm, I said, I felt small because I'm looking at this huge storm cloud and this water spout, which is a tornado over the water. I'm looking at all of this and I'm feeling very small because the world is very big, right? And I was only focused on that. So I didn't look ahead and realize it's calm seas up here. I looked behind me and compared to where I am now. And I'm like, I want to go back there, but the ship is going the other way. So when I went through that, it was a tough but very valuable lesson that really scared me, but it was powerful, right? Because I'm like, why is the captain taking us through the storm? Do they not see this tornado? Like, I am tripping. I'm trying to figure out what's the protocol for a tornado on a cruise ship. I don't know that. Because, see, growing up, we went in the hallway with a book over our head. We went to the most interior room of the house. You run to the basement. Where do I go on a cruise ship in the water when there's a tornado out here? Like, what do we do? I don't understand. And so going through that very physical storm, I had to get bigger. I had to stop thinking it is impossible for us to get through this storm. And, I'm blaming other people and I'm thinking other people are being negligent. And all of a sudden now I want to be the captain of this ship and I'm trying to figure out what it's doing. I'm literally running around like that book. Goosey Lucy, the sky is falling, right? Because I'm thinking this is it. I'm finna say my final words to y'all. Y'all was finna get a message like Self-Care Club. I love me some y'all. But I'm going through this storm. And it's a tornado and it's finna take me out, y'all. Because I was thinking this is it. This is how I go. And I'm just thinking at least it happened in the ocean somewhere beautiful, y'all. I thought it was the end. Because I was focused on the impossible. I was focused on the storm. Never once did I look to the right to see that the storm is over, like this too is passing. So when you go through life and you reach those sort of situations where you feel small and it feels like these impossible situations that are placed in front of us, these roadblocks, these walls that people build, right? When all of a sudden you feel so small, you've got to build yourself back up. You got to start to believe in yourself more. And so as I'm out there, and y'all, I'm giving this whole testimony, like I feel like it was a whole confessional where I was just like, yeah, you know, I need to do this, and I should have did this, and oh God, I should have did this, right? Y'all, because I thought it was the end. But then in the process of that, I all of a sudden started empowering myself. And I started saying, well, you know what? If this is the end, you know, I know that I made a difference in some people's life. And if this isn't the end, Lord, like this is what I plan on doing. And this right here, this story is going to be my testimony. And I'm going to keep recording, and I'm going to keep doing this because I want people to understand this is what happens. So all of a sudden, I start getting bigger. And as I start getting bigger, what I was looking at seemed a lot smaller. And all of a sudden, I saw that even though we're going through this storm, it's not as bad as it looks. And what was ironic about watching this tornado is there were 2 rainbows that were coming down from the clouds, and that's where we were headed. And so, yeah, there was this tornado, but all of a sudden, when I started focusing more on the rainbows, that tornado went back up. That water spout went back up. So then when I stopped focusing on the beauty, right, the good, the rainbows, the tornado came back down. And I was like, nah. Like, let me focus on what I see that's good. And then I happened to look to the right, which was what was in front of us. Because, like, I'm on my balcony on the side of the ship. And so if I look to the right, it's the front of the boat. If I look to the left, it's what's behind us. So to the right is where I'm going. So if you guys understand, I had to look the right way. Because when you go left, you get into mess, right? So I had to look the right direction. And once I stopped seeing this, because when I was like this, all I saw was that storm that I was going through. And it seemed impossible to make it through. But when I just looked over here like this a little bit, y'all, I realized, you know what? This too shall pass. This storm that I'm going through in my life right now is temporary. And you know what? I knew that I was protected, so I had to get out of my own way to understand that, hey, you know what? I'm protected. I'm covered. Because I'm a child of God. So I knew that this is not the end. Because ultimately, I didn't feel like it was the end. I didn't feel like that's how my story ends. I felt like there's more. So all of a sudden, I stopped thinking like, oh, this is a suicide mission. The captain crazy, right? Because y'all, I thought the captain was crazy. But all of a sudden, we moved past this storm and the sky is absolutely positively clear. We made it through the storm, and I was like, y'all, I'm bigger than the storm. What seemed impossible, as soon as I realized that I'm possible, that I have worth, that I'm valuable, I was able to fix my crown, and we made it through this storm. And so when I kept my eyes forward, it was nothing but clear skies and smooth sailing. But if I looked left and I kept going backwards, there was still a storm back there. But I had to understand that ain't my storm. I went through it and I learned the lesson that I needed to learn. And so sometimes the universe will use situations like that. You know how we say like God throws little stones our way, the universe puts little things in our way. It's like little eggs, little tidbits, right? That remind us, hey, you know what, check yourself because you're bigger than this. And this isn't your ending. And that there's more in store for you. So you got to stop focusing on the problem and start headed towards the solution. The problem is the problem. The problem ain't going to change if you don't get a solution. So again, we've got to be confident and we got to be resilient. And so, you know, that's when once you start to realize that I'm confident and that I got this, all of a sudden now that's where things get fun, right? That's where life seems fun and everything starts to kick in high gear because now we're taking ownership of our life. And that's like stepping into a treasure trove of infinite possibilities. When you start to believe that you're possible, when you start to really be confident, all of a sudden you're like, this is my life, right? I get to design my own quest. I get to write my own plans, right? And that's the point where we all of a sudden start to tap into our hidden talents. Our gifts that the universe has blessed us with start to be revealed, right? And so now, you know, we're on this journey. And so now let's think of like a video game, right? Somebody then gave you the cheat codes. You done leveled up. right? You think of Mario where he jumps and he hits his head and all of a sudden he gets that little mushroom or whatever it is that falls on him and he go from little Mario to big Mario. So now he got a higher ability. So that's what we doing in life. When we fix our crown and we start to realize that that situation seemed impossible, but I'm possible. That's like Mario leveling up, get a little bigger in this world. So now I can keep moving through. And all of a sudden, now, you know, I might hit something else, which might make me move faster. Or I'm a hit another little code and it's going to make me stronger. Right? So as we navigate through life, you know, we're just going to go through understanding that I'm the master of my destiny. And so I'm going to use these hidden talents and these gifts are going to be revealed to me. And I'm going to start to walk in my purpose, things like that. So that way, you know, we can get to the end of the round. And we're not going to stop at level 1. Level 1 was cool, but nobody sits and goes and plays level 1 over and over and over again. When I make it to level 2, I'm going to level 2. Now, I will do level 2 over and over again until I get it right, until I make it to level 3. But what I'm supposed to do when I get to level 5, you want me to go back to level 1 and do it all over again? Why? I'm at level 5. Let's do this. I want to keep leveling up in life. I want to keep elevating in life. I want to keep growing. So, you know, we get to be the hero of our very own video games, right? And being the hero of our video games means we get power-ups. We get to go through battles. But at the end of the day, we have epic victories because we celebrate all of our wins. So even if it took me 10 times to get to level 1, I made it. I made it through. And I had to learn those lessons along the way. I had to realize that this person was bad. This character was bad and that they're going to try to kill me. Or that I can't stand here for too long because maybe I'm in some quicksand and I'm going down, right? So when you first start, you don't necessarily know what you're going to do. So in life, you're going to have these bumps and these roadblocks and all of these things are going to happen just like you do in these video games. But you've got to sit and you've got to say, okay, you know what? I can do this. I can get through this. Let me figure this out. Oh, okay, let me try this. And if that doesn't work, let me come back and try this. But as long as you keep going, at some point, you're going to level up. You're going to make it to the next level. So I want you guys to repeat after me and say, I am adventurous. Type, I am adventurous in the chat. We trying to power up. We trying to level up with this self-care, y'all. I am adventurous. When we say that, I'll be like, but wait, there's more. Y'all remember that commercial where they'd be like, but wait, there's more. When you embrace ownership, you don't just level up for yourself. So when you start to believe in yourself and when you guys start to take power of your own lives, you're not just leveling up for yourself. You are becoming a beacon of inspiration for everybody around you. So if you guys think about it, you know, when I started my self-care journey, Rich Risings, Tasha, welcome in, love. When I started my self-care journey, hey, Yvonne, I started feeling better. I started, being more confident and, focused on the good things. And I started manifesting all of these amazing things in my life. And then all of a sudden, as people say like, oh, you're glowing. Like, oh, she's doing good. Oh, she's thriving. She's growing through the things that she's going through. So then people would, compliment me and tell me all the time. Like people inbox me and say, you know what? That message that you said today really spoke to me. What you did today really helped me. That post that you made on YouTube was really what I needed to hear this morning, right? So me shining my light allows other people to see the light and come to it to then be able to have their own light. Because once you reach me, honey, I'm going to be like, here's your light. It's like I'm going to knight you all. Here's your peace. Here's your positivity, right? Great day on purpose. Beautiful. How are you? So yeah, so we've got to be willing to be adventurous, but we have to be willing to be the good that we want other people, like we got to be the good that we want to see in the world. So we have to show up each day knowing that, you know what, I want the world to be a better place, and I want there to be more peace and people to experience inner peace. So I'm going to come every single day and talk to people about inner peace. I'm going to talk to people about self-care, and I'm going to share my stories on how self-care changed my life. as a means of other people saying, okay, let me try this because this could be good. This could be nice, right? Hey, Angelo. So I want people to understand that, this is where I am and this is where I came from. So then that way people can understand that, this situation that maybe they thought was impossible is not impossible. And if she's possible and we were both created by the same person, or the same being, the universe, right? We're both children of God. So if it's possible for her, then it's possible for me. So all of a sudden, when I felt small in certain spaces, now all of a sudden I feel bigger. I feel more empowered. I feel more uplifted because I'm in charge. I'm in control and I'm confident, right? So we keep growing. And, we do this not only for ourselves. Me being on my self-care journey, me wanting to be a better me, I had to explain to my husband, the better version of me, the better I become as an individual, then that means the better wife I am to you. That means the better mother I am to our son. Right? That makes me a better daughter, a better sister, a better cousin, a better aunt. Because if I'm operating out of a space of peace, if I'm operating, on a level of positivity, then that means everything that I put out is going to be peaceful and positive. And when I get to these situations where I have the opportunity to tell other people, now I'm going to tell other people my story. I'm going to share all the things that I've gone through. I'm going to put all my mess out there. Because, honey, somebody waiting in the cut to be like, here go her mess. Here go this. Listen, you ain't got to tell the story. I'll tell it myself. It's my story. So I can tell y'all the mess that I've been through. But guess what? You're not going to hear my mess without understanding the message. Because I'm going to tell you the message. I had to go through all the things that I went through in life. I had to go through all the heartbreak. I had to go through all the hell. Not to be triggering, but I had to miscarry my twins in order for me to understand the blessing in life, for me to understand the purpose that I had in life. And y'all, that was probably one of the toughest and darkest periods of my life, but I had to go through that. So again, no matter what your mess is, no matter what is stressing you out right now, whatever season you are in, there's more to it. You just have to learn the lesson so you can elevate from it. Don't just sit in the problem. Work towards the solution. And when we start thinking about stress, the first question that I ask you is, do you have a problem? Is there something troubling you in your life? So everybody's going to either say yes or no. And most of us are going to say yes. There's some situation in life that's troubling us, right? So then my next question, regardless of what you say, is, can you do something about it? So for those of you who are thinking, yeah, I got a problem, my question to you is, can you do something about it? So you're either going to say yes or no. So for those of you who said, yeah, I got a problem, and yeah, I can do something about it, my response to you would be, then what you worried about it for? Because you already know that you can fix it, that you could do something about it. So then for those of you who said, yes, I got a problem, and no, I can't do anything about it, my response to you is, then what you worried about it for? Because you can't do nothing about it. So now what? And for the lucky people who said, that they don't have a problem, then what you worried about? So like at the end of the day, if you can do something about it, then there's no need to stress and worry. Get up and do something about it. Stop being comfortable. Get uncomfortable and make a move. Remember, faith without work is dead. So get up. For those of us who can't do anything about it, well, if you can't do anything about it, guess what? We say what's for me is for me. And if I can't do anything to resolve this situation, then guess what? What's happening over here is not for me. So I'm going to just go ahead and leave that at the altar. And as people test me sometimes, I'm like, Jesus, I'm going to need you to put your hand on this, because if I put my hand on this, I'm going to jail, right? There's no coming back from this if I put my hand on it. But I have to understand, this situation ain't for me. That ain't my business. Not my monkey, not my show, Lord. Like I gotta tell it myself all the time. Because my dad used to always tell me these stories about, monkeys, and he will always incorporate like monkeys in his stories, y'all. So when I find myself stepping into something that really ain't my business, I have to remind myself that's not my monkey and that's not my show. Now, sometimes we're going to sit because, y'all, we all like to people watch, right? We all like to be a little messy, a little nosy sometimes. So sometimes I might sit back and watch the show. But, y'all, the moment I be wanting to get off the bench and jump into the game, ma'am, you are a spectator. This is not your monkey, not your show. That ain't your game. You ain't got no jersey on. Don't you dare run out there and grab that ball. That's not your business. Sometimes you got to see stuff and you just got to see it. You got to understand, hey, you know what? I might see the solution. Everybody who watches the game, I'm not really into sports, y'all, but I like to watch people who are into sports. So I don't even really pay attention to the game, especially when it's like playoffs and things like that. I'm not into the game. I'm into watching the people. And everybody who's sitting on the couch watching the game, they already know in their head how to win. This is not your game, bruh. So sometimes I just kind of sit back and I enjoy watching the people. And everybody's jumping up and everybody's all hype and, it is what it is. But I'm just like, I didn't even see the game. They're like, yo, did you see that? And I'm like, nah, I saw you. That's the level of, that I am in every single thing that I watch. Like earlier, we were even talking about The Walking Dead, y'all. Me and my friends are all into The Walking Dead right now. And we're all in like different seasons. Some people have finished, some people are behind me. There's some ahead of me. But, I keep playing kind of devil's advocate with talking to them because everybody gets so pissed about certain characters. Like if you've ever seen The Walking Dead, y'all know who Negan is. So everybody hates Negan. Everybody hates him, right? He's a villain. And I'm like, nah, like I think Negan's kind of cool. And so I keep trying to give people, these other ways of thinking, only because it's just entertaining to me. I'm not trying to convert people. I like to see people think about a situation a different way. And that's how we have to do these problems that come into our life. We've got to be willing to view it from another direction. Wanda said, I like him. Listen, Wanda, I'm with you. I really do like him. And when we think about The Walking Dead, it's so many, it's so similar to life that we live now. You know what I'm saying? So when I think about all the stuff that the survivors, quote unquote, in The Walking Dead, the living people, when I think about all the mess and stress and whatever that they're going through, it's just like our lives now. We're all in these seasons. We're surrounded by walkers, y'all. Walkers are the dead people who are just walking around with only the intent to eat. They're the energy vampires that we live with every day. Right? The walker is your friend that call you every single day to dump their problems, not caring whether you got the capacity or not. And the funny thing about the walkers on this show is that once they bite you, so you already have this toxin inside of you, but you're alive, right? So each and every one of us have a level of toxicity. Like it's in us. Everybody has it. But if somebody who is highly toxic, such as a walker, right? They have an extreme level of chaos and death and destruction and toxicity and mess and drama, right? When they bite you, when they latch onto you, now all of a sudden you become that. Now all of a sudden the you that you know has died and now has become another person who then goes out and spreads mess and toxicity. So when I look at this show, The Walking Dead, to me, it is the life that we're living. And so I don't want people close enough to me to be able to bite me. Right? Like I'm gonna need you to give me 50 feet because you can't bite me. So that way the mess and the stress and the drama and the destruction that you're serving doesn't get on me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want that on me. It's like it's no different than COVID, y'all. When COVID, first came about, we'll just say in the 2020s, right? When COVID happened, didn't nobody want nobody in their face. We was out here with masks, like you got cooties, don't touch me. If you was in the store and somebody started coughing, y'all know y'all looked at them like, we was all looking at people, serving everybody the side eye. We all in the store like, don't breathe at me. Don't look at me. Back up. Y'all, I don't know how many times. Right, honey butter, like I still do, boo. Listen, let me tell you. I remember being in the store, and it was Walgreens. And Walgreens had these little lines on the floor that they didn't put down, right? And that's your bubble, so then people wouldn't be near you. But I remember being in Walgreens one day, and I'm in line, and I'm the next one. But I'm not close enough to set my stuff on the thing yet, y'all. And so I'm still juggling all this stuff in my hand. Because if I go to put my stuff on the counter, which is very much empty, I got to cross over into the person in front of me's bubble. So I don't want to do it. So I'm just standing here holding my stuff or whatever. And then when that person leaves, I get up there and I put my stuff down. Now, the person behind me did not use the same consideration. So this lady, as my stuff moves up and there's room on the counter, this lady crosses over into my line, y'all. And I just remember turning around like, ew. Like, I had to like tell her, like, excuse me, could you back up? There's a line. I held my stuff, and she had a cart, y'all. So she wasn't even uncomfortable. She had a cart or a little basket. I was carrying my stuff all in my hand, y'all. Like, it was a hot mess. I was over there like, this was me at the checkout, y'all. I can't even find no more stuff, y'all. I was at the checkout like this. That lady had a whole damn cart and still violated me in my space. But you know what I did? I told her, the lines are there for a reason, ma'am. The lines are there for a reason. Don't assume. Don't assume. Back up. So y'all, sometimes the spirit of petty takes over. So I started spacing my stuff out on the counter so she couldn't have room. Ma'am, you got a cart. You being greedy. You're not being considerate. Right? Wanda said she was singing, y'all, Ron Isley. She said, go on, dirty woman, back to where you came from. Yeah. And they be like, but baby, wait. And you be like, wait my ass. Shit, like, you got cooties. Back it up. Even now to this day, when people start coughing too hard, I be like, nah, not it. Honey Butter said, at least I ask, can I set my stuff down? Then I back up when I'm done. Yeah, like that I could respect because it gives me the opportunity to move. You know what I mean? So even in life, we have to determine that. But like you see, I had to advocate for myself. Hey, I'm not comfortable. You might be comfortable with me, but you have to understand that I might not be comfortable with you. So sometimes I gotta, again, advocate for myself to say, hey, I don't like it. And then, of course, other people are going to try to force their opinions on you. But at the end of the day, hey, you know what? I don't like it. Could you back up? Please. And thank you. Honey Butter said, I use the cart as a way to social distance. People still don't respect space. Yeah. Yeah. And so, I mean, at some point, I think a lot of people... Like, I had to learn, because my dad taught me very early, that people can only be accountable for what they know. So, some people are comfortable with it, and some people live in environments where they just kind of do what they want to do, right? So, I have to let them know that, hey, the space that I take up requires me to have a certain level of comfort. And right now, you too close. Because I'm not trying to be one of these walkers. So, I have to let people know, hey, this is the space that I'm occupying right here. I'm sorry, could you back up a little bit? And, the famous thing that I kept hearing when I would ask people to back up a little bit for me, and they would be like, oh, honey, I don't have COVID. So I would look at them and I would pull my mask down real quick. And I'm like, I do. And I put my mask back up. Oh, your ass are back up now. Now, because all of a sudden you think I'm sick. So I would tell people, they're like, oh, no, honey, I don't have COVID. I do. Now move. Everybody get out your way. Or somebody be too close to me in line, y'all, I will start coughing like I am crazy. I be in there like, and then I'll turn to them like, how you doing today? Put the mask back up. Y'all, get away from me. You know what I'm saying? Be at the checkout. Like, y'all got any more of the Y'all got any more of those vitamins for the people who got COVID? Can I get some more vitamin? Can somebody get me a bottle of vitamin C? Y'all, I'll turn into the sickest person in the world if it means you get away from me. I've always been a person, I don't like shaking hands. I'm very weird when it comes to like hugging people and stuff like that because I'm a person who connects a lot with people's energy. I'm very scared of sometimes making contact with certain people. I don't want your bad juju to rub off on me. And for years, I didn't understand why I was that person who didn't like to, go the extra mile, or like at work, I didn't like to go hang out with my coworkers. Like they like, oh, it's happy hour. Honey, I'm going home. I done had enough of y'all. Like, I don't want no parts of this. So COVID, you know how people say all of a sudden, we were trapped in the house and everybody became little hermits. Honey, I've been this way. I've been, social distancing my whole life. The problem is I felt like something was wrong with me, so I forced myself to go out. I forced myself to engage with people and go places and do things because I thought I had to. So along my self-care journey, I was able to then understand I don't have to go these places and I don't have to do these things. And it doesn't mean that I don't like these people or, something is wrong. It just means that, hey, you know what? I get to operate in a level that I'm comfortable with. What you looking for, baby?
Fingernail clipper.
Ask and you shall receive. All you have to do is say the word. Don't clip in here. Don't nobody want to hear none of that. Make sure you pick up your clippings and put them in the trash. He loves you. Thank you. Can I get an iced coffee? Please? I love you so much. You're the greatest husband ever. I tried it. He didn't close the door on me, y'all. I tried it. Like, can I get an iced coffee? You ain't even got to go to Starbucks to get it. You just got to go downstairs and make it for me. Like, let's see if we get a coffee, y'all. Yeah, so, again, make sure that you're advocating for yourself and that you're operating in a level that is comfortable for you. That's part of fixing our crown. That's part of knowing who you are, being confident in yourself. So then that way, when people get into your space, you know what I mean? Or the walkers try to attack, you're confident in who you are to say, you know what, that is not going to be me. Not today. You're not, not today. When I look up the road and see all them walkers, I ain't going that way today. Let me get on back in this house. Let me go ahead and operate in a level where I feel safe, because that right there don't even look like nothing I want to do. I'm not running head into that. No bear hunt today, y'all. So again, we're adventurous in the fact that we're willing to venture out, but that adventurous doesn't mean I'm willing to go through those walkers. Like I'm not doing that. Adventurous for me means I'm going to accept life's challenges and I'm going to be willing to have the courage. So I'm going to have the courage to speak up for myself and to say, this is what I want. This is what I don't want. This is where I am right now. And I fully understand that everybody's not going to understand where I am in my healing journey. And that's okay. You don't have to understand it. The only thing that I need for you to understand is it's where I am. And it's what I'm doing. So you don't have to like what I'm doing, right? So that's the adventure in it. For me to know that there are some people who are just not going to understand the life that I live. There are not people who are going to understand why I walk around, flexing. I'm extra heavy on my self-care. But guess what? It's not for them. It's for me. It's called self-care. It means I'm taking care of me. I am working on filling my cup so that way my cup can then overflow. And if you happen to be one of the blessed and lucky people who are in my presence and your cup happens to be empty, then you can come over here and fill your cup up because I have an abundance of it. So that's what the adventure is for me, knowing that I'm strong enough and creative enough to navigate through these problems with ease. I'm not delusional to say that life isn't gonna life. But I'm gonna life. So, as all these things are happening to me, I'm gonna understand that this situation is for me. It's for me to level up. It's for me to elevate. It's for me to grow. So that's the adventure that I'm on. Our next affirmation and our last affirmation is, I am an inspiration. Can you guys type I am an inspiration in the chat? I am an inspiration. And so we've been on this adventure, now all of a sudden we get to grab our sword, right? We get to put on our armor because we're going to war, y'all. Okay? The walkers is out there, right? The energy vampires, the ghosts, the demons of our past, all of that is out there, y'all, right? Because that's why life be lifing. So whatever, however you're writing this book, if it's a walker, an energy vampire, the ghost of your past, whatever it is, all of this stuff is out there, right? And we've got to understand that now we have this armor, right? Because we're confident. So now we have this additional armor that we've put on, and the sword that we've taken up, and we're in a better place because we've elevated our self-care. We've started growing, right? We hit the thing, and now we're bigger. We're not little Mario now, we're big Mario, right? We've grown. So now we put our cape of confidence on, and now we're ready to embark on this quest, because we're taking ownership of our life and we're unleashing our inner, superhero, our inner rock star, because each and every one of us are amazing. Each and every one of us are an inspiration. The thing is, I cannot be inspiring if I'm sitting in a place that's just comfortable. Because what? I'm going to inspire you to sit on the couch and do nothing? No. I'm an inspiration because I've got a message to share. I'm an inspiration because I done been through a lot of mess in 45 years. But I'm also a testament to say that everything that was created to destroy me over these last 45 years has failed. No weapon that anyone or anything that was created over the last 45 years has destroyed me. It may have slowed me down. It may have hurt me temporarily. I've got scars. I've got wounds. I've been through battles. I've been through losses. I've been through depressions. I've had relationships and heartbreaks and heartaches and all of these things. I have lost some people that I absolutely love. Okay? But at the end of the day, at age 45, I have 100% survived every single thing that was meant to destroy me. Exactly. Tasha said, but when you get through it, baby, it feels amazing. So it's easy for me now to look back over the last 45 years and see all of that. It doesn't mean that these situations still don't hurt. So when we think about losing a loved one, right? I'll use myself as an example. In 2018, my father passed away. My father was my best friend, my ride or die, right? So losing my father, I felt lost and I felt weak, and because a part of me was gone. But then, y'all, when I realized the part of me that I thought was gone, I wasn't mourning the loss of my dad physically. I was mourning our situations, our conversations, the things that we shared. And after my dad passed, y'all, I used to dream about my dad all the time. And every single time I would dream about my dad, we would be having these conversations, which is what I missed so much. And in one of these conversations, me and my dad, we are sitting on a front porch, and we're sitting in these rocking chairs, and we're just chilling. And it's a beautiful day outside, y'all. And in the background, I hear, this relaxing music. Hey, Aaron. And so, everything's going. And keep in mind, y'all, this is a dream. The sun is shining, and all of a sudden, my dad, tells me every single thing that you're missing from me is still here. I've already told you these stories. So every time in my dream, I'm asking him, Dad, tell me the story about this. Dad, tell me the story about this. And at some point in one of my dreams, my dad says, you already know the story. So instead of me telling you the story, you go out there and tell somebody else the story. Because we've already been through this. Right? And so it was in that moment I realized that what I was mourning, what I thought that I had lost when my dad died, I didn't, because he already put it in me. He already instilled that in me. So then it helped me to get over this. We've got to understand that I am the inspiration. And I don't mean me. You are the inspiration. Okay? However old you are, you have achieved so much in your life. I just want you guys to remember the key lessons that we've learned today as a means of navigating this stressful environment that we deal with. So again, I want you guys to repeat after me. Y'all don't have to type it in the chat. Y'all just say it out loud. I want y'all to affirm this for yourself. I am the master of my destiny. I am unstoppable. I am in control. I'm in charge. I am in control. I am resilient. I am confident. I am adventurous. Yes, booby. And lastly, I do want you guys to type this in the chat. I am an inspiration. I am an inspiration. With these affirmations echoing in our hearts and our minds, we have this opportunity to move forward with courage and with confidence and an unwavering belief in ourselves. You know, for those of you who follow me on YouTube and you guys are getting the morning love notes from Coach, every single day I say, keep believing in you, because I do. Right? So we've got to keep believing in ourselves. Because again, by taking ownership of our lives, we start to unlock, a world of infinite possibilities, right? Where every challenge becomes an opportunity, and every setback becomes a stepping stone, right? So every single opportunity that we go through, or every challenge that we go through, becomes an opportunity for us to be better. Hey, Thug Passion. Hey, Jasmine. Isatu, welcome in. Welcome back, Queen of Love. So every single challenge becomes an opportunity. And every single setback becomes a stepping stone. Right? And so that leads us to our greatness, that purpose-filled space that we're looking to occupy. So let's embrace our power. Let's ignite our passions and begin to chart our own course towards freedom, towards a future filled with purpose and fulfillment and endless adventures. Together, let's make every single moment count and make sure that our lives, that we're living our lives to the fullest. So, is anybody here ready to seize the day and become the hero of their own story? Let me see some green hearts in the chat. If you've decided that at this point, you know what? I'm the master of my destiny. I'm the captain of this ship, right? Remember that? I'm the captain now. Listen, I'm in charge of me. I'm in charge of this story. I'm in charge of this adventure. Yes, y'all. So those green hearts let me know that you're in charge. Like Nola, y'all got the power. What Tupac tell y'all? You got the juice now. No, Tupac didn't say it, but it was in the movie Juice. Damn it, y'all know what I mean. The power is in your hands. So I thank each and every one of you for your attention today. I appreciate your presence, just each and every one of you being here, spending the time with me. And the fact that you guys are here and that you keep coming back tells me that you guys want more. And so I appreciate being a vessel to help you grow. Who got the juice now? You got the juice now. Okay, booby, you got the juice. You're in charge. Percy is Nola from Hustle and Flow, where she's like, I'm in charge. And booby, you got the juice. And Wanda, ain't no walker taking you down today. Okay? And Miss Glow, you keep shining your light. Right? Sweets McGee, we're stronger now. We know better, so we doing better, y'all. Ain't no walker finna take you down. Y'all not finna bite me. Give me 50 feet. So again, I thank each and every one of you for your attention today. I appreciate your presence and the gift that you have shared during the live stream. All of your contributions during the live stream go directly to the Self-Care Club, LLC, creating a ripple effect for positive change within the community. Your generosity fuels our mission, and it's why we're able to do what we do each day. For anyone who is seeking information or more details about the Self-Care Club, if you wish to tap into our free resources, or if you're ready to book a one-on-one life coaching session with me, I encourage you to visit selfcareclub.org for more details. And I really hope to connect with each and every one of you again during our next live coaching session. We meet Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So again, make sure you give me a follow if we are not friends already. Hit the follow button. I encourage you all to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Once we hit 1,000 followers over there on YouTube, we're also going to start to stream live from there. So my whole purpose, my whole focus is to be able to reach as many people as I can all over the world. And I just want to share my message to as many people as possible. So, you know, if you subscribe and you go over there and you see a video or a post that you like, y'all share that out there for me. You know, go over there for anybody who just wants to say, hey, I want to help the Self-Care Club. I don't have gifts and I can't necessarily, you know, make it to the live at 9 a.m. for whatever reason, right? Go over there to YouTube and find one of the videos that I've posted already, and then just share that out there for your friends. If you go over there and you see something that resonates you, same thing. If you go to selfcareclub.org and you like the merch, but you can't buy it right now, but you think somebody else might like it, go find an item on the website and share that out there on social media. That is how we continue to cultivate safe spaces. That is how we help each other grow. So for anybody, hey Tiny, for anybody who's looking to figure out, how can I do more within the self-care community? How can I, you know, help LifeCoach614 spread this message of positivity, right? Well, you can share my content. When you're in the room, you can share the live. When you are online, let's say on YouTube, or you're at selfcareclub.org and you see a blog, or you see, you know, merchandise that you like, share it out there. Just go post it. So then that way we get to spread the word and spread the message and expand on what we're doing. Because honestly, you guys, like when I tell you that your gifts and your contributions go to the Self-Care Club, my focus and my vision is to actually have a physical self-care club where everything that we are doing virtually, that we get to do in person. So when I tell you guys that your contributions are going there and it's creating a ripple effect of positive change within the community, we're growing. We are headed places, y'all. And so every single thing that each and every one of you do every single day helps us to be one step closer to that. Yes, a brick and mortar building. And we're going to start with one, but Booby, my plan is to have actual self-care clubs all over. Because I want everybody to have this opportunity and to experience self-care. And to experience this inner peace and this positivity. And the only way that I can do that is to keep putting the message out there. So we are growing. You know, I'm talking to you guys online. At some point, I'm going to be like, y'all, I can't talk right now because I'm in, you know, some other country giving a speech. But, you know, y'all could catch the replay on YouTube. Yeah, it's going to be a self-care on your block. Coming soon to a city near you, right? We headed places. I'm manifesting investors, y'all. Because I know it takes a village and I can't do it by myself. Right? So we're going to keep growing. Emphasis on the growing through what we going through, right? So I got y'all's back. Y'all got mine. We're going to do this. We're going to do this, y'all. All right. I got to log off. I got to go get my iced coffee. I love you guys. Have an amazing day on purpose, with purpose. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. All right?